Olaudah Equiano, born in the Kingdom of Benin around 1745, emerged from the crucible of enslavement to become a potent voice in the fight for abolition. His early years were spent in the verdant, vibrant interior regions of present-day Nigeria among the Igbo people. Childhood for Olaudah was filled with the lore and practices of his community until, in a tragic turn, he was kidnapped at the age of 11 and thrust into the harrowing world of the transatlantic slave trade. His initial enslavement in Africa was marked by a series of exchanges until he eventually found himself aboard a ship bound for the West Indies, a journey that would permanently alter his existence. The Middle Passage was characterized by its inhumane conditions, a horrifying baptism into the realities of European slavery. His narrative provides one of the earliest, most vivid depictions of this brutal voyage, the suffocating spaces, the rancid air, and the omnipresent threat of death. Upon arrival, Equiano was traded multiple times, ultimately ending up in the hands of Michael Pascal, a British naval officer. This fortuitous moment proved pivotal as it presented him with opportunities few slaves encountered. Pascal renamed him Gustavus Vasa, a moniker that would stick throughout his life. Life under Pascal's nominal ownership introduced Equiano to naval experiences, even allowing him limited education. Despite these relatively better conditions, the threat and reality of re-enslavement perpetually loomed over him. It was during these years that Equiano's longing for freedom crystallized into a resolute, driving force. An unexpected twist came when he was sold again, this time to a Quaker merchant named Robert King. King, unlike previous owners, offered Equiano opportunities to engage in commerce, a rarity for enslaved individuals. Diligently, Equiano saved his earnings, and in a remarkable act of self-determination, he purchased his freedom in 1766 for 40 pounds sterling. This act was not merely transactional, but a profound reclaiming of agency. Equiano's newfound status as a free man did not diminish his zeal for justice and equality. He devoted himself to maritime ventures and to the nascent abolitionist movement in Britain. Equiano's articulate, first-hand accounts of slavery's atrocities significantly bolstered the movement's credibility and emotional weight. In 1789, he published his autobiography, The Interesting Narrative of the Life of Olaudah Equiano, or Gustavus Vasa, the African. This work was more than a memoir. It was a clarion call, meticulously chronicling the dehumanizing institutions of slavery and arguing passionately for its abolition. The text achieved significant readership and provided an unassailable moral argument against enslavement by grounding its critiques in personal experience. Equiano's narrative was instrumental in galvanizing public opinion and policymaking in favor of abolition. Beyond writing, he engaged in extensive speaking tours, sharing his story to elicit empathy and action from his audiences. His activism underscored the moral and humanitarian exigency to dismantle slavery. Equiano's life journey, from a young child in Benin to a leading figure in the abolitionist movement, epitomizes resilience in the quest for justice. His enduring legacy lies in his contributions to literature, human rights, and the fight for freedom. He remains a seminal figure, reminding us of the enduring power of voice and narrative in the struggle against oppression.